15 seconds to launch. Places, please. 5 seconds.
Adjust your mojo
You are about to participate in a great adventure.
now.
At age, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
Radio with an attitude.
This system that we love is broken.
I know that.
Do not comply.
Hey, mother.
Welcome to another 2 hours of common sense
That liberty and justice for all is a myth.
and erratic behavior.
You want to, but you can't. And when you do, you wish you didn't.
This is your Daily Mojo.
A lot of people want me to do it. A lot of people. But I mean, I basically tell them we have a long way to go. You know, it's very early in the administration.
Yep.
Could Donald Trump run for a third term? He said he's not joking. Nope, not joking.
Not joking.
About a third term for the President of the United States. Far too early to think about it. I'm focused on the current term in office. He has on multiple occasions now suggested that he would run for a third term.
Is he yanking somebody's chain?
Some legal experts might say that there is a legal challenge here. Possibly. Some people call it the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. However, since it was stolen from him once, there's nothing in the Constitution about, make goods.
That's true.
Technically, this would be his third if we discovered that he was cheated out of it in 2020. The amendment, this came after Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt was elected how many times?
4.
How many?
Four times, yeah.
People really liked Roosevelt.
They did.
Either that or we're like, shit, I don't know who else to vote for here. Roosevelt number. I mean, that was a weird time to be alive. I guess at that point they didn't think it was weird. It'd be, from their standpoint, no, it's not weird.
I mean, he was elected 4
70
times, which means he was doing something right, evidently.
Yep. Maybe had good PR. Those were really the early days of television. See, when did TV come out? When was TV? When did television come out? When do you think television came out?
In the 50s?
I thought so too. Experimentally, it came out in the 20s. With the first successful demonstration of an electronic television system by Philo Farnsworth in 1927. The first commercial broadcast started in the late 1930s. I thought it was the 50s. I guess not. So we're talking, it's the TV era. Now, maybe a lot of people didn't have television. I don't know. During the 50s, TV was the primary medium for influencing public opinion. But again, we're talking about 1951, so we talk about the 40s.
Yeah.
After World War II, improved television. Well, see, that was what it was. It was the war, wasn't it? It was kicking ass. It was kicking the Japs' ass. And kicking the Nazis' ass. That really got it for Eisenhower. But I wonder if that would
Yeah, but FDR was president was he not president during the beginnings of World War II?
Yeah.
33 to 45.
So, but he handled the war. I mean, and we were winning.
Yeah.
Big difference when you're in a war and you're kicking ass and taking names as opposed to being in a war and, a war that people feel like is never going to end, a la Afghanistan. And then you fuster cluck the out. But so to them, it was like, hey, the guy's doing a good job. Why upset the apple cart? Fast forward to today. Do you know how many people would lose their effing minds if somehow he was able to run for a third term?
Yeah.
Don't you? Obama said the same thing, though.
Even a lot of Trump supporters right now are like, hell no. I like you, but damn it. Yeah, Obama did say that.
I mean, if you're really popular and you're doing a really good job, why not?
And somebody's already submitted a Constitution amendment update.
Amendment thingy.
Yeah, whatever that is.
It was Andy Ogles.
Yeah.
He proposed an amendment to the Constitution the day that Trump took office back in January that would allow a president to be elected 3 terms. Amending the Constitution, however, would require that big old badass 2/3 of Congress to vote for its approval.
That will never happen in this Congress.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen in this Congress.
Trump could just declare martial law and just...
Well, that will not go over well.
He'll do that right after he annexes Greenland.
Yep.
They cannot get past that one either. I can't believe he annexed Greenland. You're going to stop with the Greenland. We're going to kill people. I don't think he gives a rat's ass about it. He might. But somehow I think that is another one of those bones for the mainstream media to go chasing after.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just, and they are so good at chasing after the bone. You know what I'm saying? And I think you do.
He likes to throw out distractions. We
have bigger problems right now, like teachers in where is this woman? Is it Idaho? Yep, an Idaho teacher, closer to home, has a little issue that they are. Well, you decide if this is a big problem.
Controversy in classrooms. There's a story that's getting national attention in the state of Idaho. Take a look. A 6th grade teacher was ordered to remove these 2 posters from her classroom. One that lists values and the other that says everyone is welcome here. The district says they go against a policy of displaying personal opinions. The teacher says she took them down the day she was told to. But after a few days, after not feeling right about what she did, she put them back up. But still, her district says she has until the end of the year to find alternatives that they approve or take them down. If not, she could risk losing her job. That teacher, Sarah Ainama, recently sat down for a one-on-one interview with our affiliate in Boise. And we think their conversation is worth your time.
They told me that they were in violation of district policy because in today's political environment, they're considered a personal opinion.
Did they say somebody complained about them?
No. I asked if anyone had complained about it them, and they said no. We just want to protect you from that if that were to happen.
In this political environment, that is not acceptable.
Yeah, I was told a couple things. That everyone is welcome here is not something that everybody believes. So that's what makes it a personal opinion.
Who doesn't believe that?
That not everybody believes
That's
everyone
a
is
good
welcome.
question.
Right.
Okay. And who told you this? Who was the one saying that not everyone believes this?
My building administration and district personnel.
All right. What
the hell? I'll finish your sentence for you.
Which side is coming down on her? Because the first sign that they didn't like, the values were welcome, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. I've not seen the end of this, so I don't know who is coming down on top of her like a bag of bricks. I mean, she doesn't have blue hair.
No.
Right?
No.
She doesn't look like a big old screaming Mimi on the left. So who is it that's... I mean, that...
It's got to be LGBTQ. It's got to be. It's got to be someone who does...
left coming down on somebody like
That's
her,
correct. It has to be. Yeah.
But why? I thought that was the whole idea behind DEI. Why would the LGBTQ people be coming down on her for something that is the anthem of the left? I know.
Who knows, dude?
Welcome, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. 6th grade teacher violates district policy, must be removed by the end of the year.
I don't anticipate that it's Black Lives Matter. We haven't heard much from them in the last couple of years.
They've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I firmly believe that it's someone on the left in her administration. Yeah.
But why? Again, that's their anthem.
It's the words that come out of their mouth. It's not their actions.
Let's see if we have any clues.
Face to face, they told you this?
Mm-hmm.
What was your response to that?
Because I was told to take it down by the end of the day, I did so. And the following few days, I just was so unsettled by it. And so I went.
Now, she does have that freaky ass nose ring in there, which to me, the only thing that bothers me about that is how do you blow your nose without catching every last thing right there on the inside of that?
I don't know, dude. I let those people deal with that, but that doesn't indicate anything.
Come on now. She's obviously a communist.
Oh, my gosh.
A nose ring like that?
Back into my classroom and put it back up. And I emailed my principal and said, I don't agree. I don't agree that this is a personal opinion. I feel like this is the basis of public education.
And what was the response to that?
They came to talk to me and again asked me to take it down. And I said, I'm not interested in taking it down.
That's when the district higher-ups got involved. In an email exchange with Chief Academic Officer Marcus Myers, he highlighted the section of district policy he says Sarah Sines violated, including the advancement of individual beliefs and district facilities should be content neutral. But more specifically, Myers pointed to Idaho Code, the Dignity and Non-Discrimination in Public Education Act, which says district employees and students shall respect the dignity of others and acknowledge the right of others to express differing opinions.
And they're saying that putting up a poster that says everyone is welcome is a violation of that?
Yeah, because everyone is welcome here, especially since the poster emphasizes in regards to skin color.
Oh, all right. So here again, you got your browns, your beiges, your whites, your blacks, your pink-ish. I don't know who's
red and yellow, black and white.
And white, they are precious in his sight.
Thank you.
Jesus loves the little children of the world. Unless you're in Idaho.
Yeah.
No one ever sings that part of the song.
Unless you're in Idaho.
I still am baffled by who this might be.
With the images of the hands, that is considered something that people have differing views on.
And the differing view would be
an opinion.
I mean, I can't even wrap my head around what other differing view of it would be. I mean, except for something that's...
Are they out against the darkies in this one?
I'm telling you.
Is that what it is?
I'm telling you. They said in this current political environment. So they are taking... Because I'm telling you, there's not anybody on the right who would have a problem with that sign being up. And the people on the left...
KKK.
And the people on the left saying that they have a problem... They would never... They would say they don't have a problem with it, but they do.
Exclusionary. So everyone is welcome here really isn't a personal statement. It's non-discrimination. It's verbatim on our Explorer Way posters.
That's true. Sarah says these posters, made by the middle school principals and put up in every classroom.
Whoa, hang on a second.
Hello.
This is getting even stranger, isn't it? The Explorer says respectful, safe, kind, responsible, speak in a respectful tone, clean up after yourself, use school-appropriate language, follow direct... What is school-appropriate language these days?
Don't say F.
Treat classroom property with respect and care. Welcome others and embrace diversity. Uh-oh. That's starting to smell a little funky. That's a dog whistle right there. Diversity. Listen to the others' perspectives. Invite others into your group. Stand up for others. Safe. Be on time and attend all classes. Use kind words to make people feel welcome. Report any inappropriate behavior to the teacher. Be a narc, in other words. Use all materials for intended purposes. Huh? I didn't know Are we having a problem with using materials for unintended purposes? Responsible. Be physically and mentally present. Participate and be productive. Use electronics appropriately. Come prepared for class. Ask for help when needed. The Explorer Way. I'm still alive. Ron, you think it's the queers out there that are going to have it out for everybody else? That's your opinion.
Know that it's the queers. I think it's people who see that, quote unquote, the current political environment, in the words of the left, don't include LGBTQ plus, all that other mess.
But she just said everyone's welcome.
And yes, and diverse opinions. Isn't that what they're
that's what this right here. Welcome others and embrace diversity.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she's got a leg to stand on. I don't
Mystery
anticipate
defense.
that she would
Lay
be
out what it means.
fired.
Means to be a Lewis and Clark explorer, welcome others, and embrace diversity. Isn't everyone is welcome here the same thing?
It is welcoming others and it is embracing diversity. And these are the students that are in our community. I just feel like, as a teacher, and I feel like probably a lot of teachers share this sentiment, I would do anything to protect my students. I love all of them unconditionally. We protect them from danger. Quite literally would take a bullet for these students. And this is the one small thing that I feel like I can do to speak out against this and stand up for them, to protect them from being affected by racist sentiments affecting their classroom.
And look,
is that another sign of who it might be? Racist sentiments? I mean, the everybody on the right is being accused of being a racist.
Correct. But the actions don't
does
speak
appear
to
that the
yes.
actions of the left would prove that they are the racists.
Yeah. That's a powerful statement. I would take a bullet for my students. That's a powerful statement. It is. And look, you see all these idiots, don't get me wrong, on TikTok going, if ICE comes in here, I'm going to put myself between them and the ICE agents, and they can't take my students, and blah, 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 blah. And you can't say that's a bad statement. They are, quote unquote, doing what they can to protect their students. I get it. There are laws, however. Okay, let's leave it at that. This is not a law that we're dealing with her.
Teacher, Tim's Idaho teacher. I do not know the answer to this either. I don't know who it is. She is a history teacher. The school is Meridian, Idaho. She's been there for 5 years at the Lewis and Clark Middle School. Controversial. The poster under fire include the words accepted, important, equal. District policy, confused. Posters are two options on the site. Everyone is welcome here, or not everyone is welcome here. While we talk about it, while we support, it does not sit right. Well,
she needs to have them give her in writing what constitutes their concern with this poster. Either everyone is welcome here or they're not. And if they're not, what is the response?
I mean, this is really puzzling to me.
What about this political environment makes it where not everybody is welcome here? And do you need to be a teacher in this Idaho school district if not everybody is welcome?
Let's see. Who is
God dang.
Marcus Myers, the Idaho principal. What does Marcus Myers have on there? Really? Marcus Myers, who do you think Marcus Myers If you envisioned Marcus Myers, who is he? What describe him physically?
Middle-aged black dude.
I would have said the same thing. There's Marcus Myers.
Interesting.
I know, right? This is really starting to...
Unless somebody went to Marcus Myers and pressured him.
Does he look like a guy who could be pressured? By the way, for those of you listening to the podcast, Marcus Myers is a middle-aged, fat white guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's fat or not, but he's got a pudgy face.
Yeah.
Right? It's coming.
Looks like he's probably, mid-40s maybe?
Yeah, something like that. There's really nothing on his... nothing on his LinkedIn that would make you think that he's anything other than, middle-aged white guy. Let's finish out what the teacher says here, just so we can see it.
Hard to grapple with the fact that the reason why this poster needs to come down is because there are people outside of our school that disagree with it.
Now, based on the kind of comments we've seen online about this story, I am sure you have thoughts you'd like to share with us about this. So email us the story at kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail, 503-226-5090.
By the way, she should have said 1590. It's much easier to remember.
I say you give them a call right freaking now.
And leave a voice message?
Absolutely. And tell them, hey, my name is Brad Staggs from the Daily MoJo, and we believe you guys are crazy as shit. Or the school administration is crazy as shit.
That is that's the TV station. So
not them.
Let's see what they. See if we do. Hang on a second. 503.
503.
See what we get.
226.
I got it.
Okay.
I can see the number on this.
I was helping a brother out, dude.
5090. All right. Let's see if.
Thanks for calling the viewer question and comment line for the story on KGW. I'm Blair Best.
Hi, Blair.
This is a place to let us know what you are thinking. Just remember, by leaving a message, you are giving us permission to use your first name and voice on the air. Thanks again for interacting with us. We appreciate it.
Jiminy Christmas. Turn down your beep, first of all, Blair. This is Brad Staggs from the Daily MoJo, and we, after watching the story on the craziness in your school there with the welcome poster, are trying to figure out what the hell is happening in Idaho. We don't know who's against who. We're trying to get a scorecard for this thing. I mean, is it the left coming down on the right or the right coming down on the left?
Since it is a political environment issue.
It is a political environment issue, although we're trying to figure out exactly how that's political, but hey, we're hoping that we make it on the air. Hi, Mom. Actually, she's dead, so she can't hear me. But anyway, thanks for listening to the Daily MoJo at thedailymojo.com. There at KGW. I don't know.
Good job. Yeah, what is the scorecard? Absolutely.
I would love
what is the deal?
To know. What the hell is going on?
Hell, I would just love to know what some of the comments are they're getting. I guarantee you the word Trump comes out in 90% of the comments.
But that just doesn't make any sense.
Is Idaho red or blue?
This time red.
Yeah.
Right? Pickled Squirrel says, and Pickled Squirrel using the hashtag what I learned today over on the socials, says all these classrooms need a poster with the 5 rules. Easy peasy. Right. That means don't eat the glue. That's what James says. Well, which part means don't eat the glue? Hello to everyone in the Rumble chat room. Heidi ho. This feels similar to All Lives Matter being a trigger phrase. Roger Rabbit says, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm just. Oh, he does bring up a good point. Roger Rabbit says, "Hold up, I didn't see a blue hand." That's a good point. The poster did not have any blue hands. A gifted guru, why the woke virus will destroy any with a brain. How did we get to the point where that is a bad thing, having a poster that says all are welcome, and having a poster with the basically those five things on them? Accepted. Where the hell did it go? Everyone's welcome here. And then that one there. Welcome, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, equal. How did that become a sticking point with anyone?
Look, I'm going to tell you
it.
the first 3 words of that sign.
Welcome, important, accepted.
Nope. In this room. Yeah. In this room. Everyone is welcome. In this room. In other words, are they using those 3 words as quote unquote her opinion?
There's part of this story we're not getting.
Exactly.
There's part of this story that we don't know. And she may be a big lefty. We don't know. She may be, hell, she could be a dude. Right?
Yeah.
You don't know that. You have no idea what, we did, hold on a second.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Really got to turn that setting off because it's getting really tiresome. But we don't know. We don't know what the hell is happening there. We don't get the whole story.
Are there comments on that video?
No.
Okay.
No, at least not that I could. Let me go back there real quick and take a look-see. No. Nope, just more videos.
More
like
junk.
Endless videos.
Yeah.
Who owns KGW? Is that a Cumulus station? They're all the stations in that, whoever owns them, their websites are almost literally endless. You can keep scrolling down and it just keeps adding more. It's like you'll never get to the end of the interweb this way. Ooh. And how many times have you wanted to click on that one?
Nope.
Am I right? Come on. She was everyone's dream girl in the 90s. This is her recently. That is such clickbait.
It is clickbait. Yeah.
It's such clickbait. Between clickbait and AI, we're going to be ruined as a society. Aren't we?
Yes.
We had here at the Daily MoJo, we had a bit of a meltdown starting on Friday. Well, really starting on Thursday and then going over the weekend. I'm getting to your hole.
Okay. All right.
We had a bit of a meltdown because, and it turns out it was the damn government that was giving us fits. We didn't even know it was the government, but it was the government.
That meltdown carried through the weekend, actually.
Boy, yes, it did. And that pissed me off when I found out what it was. Let me just tell you what. All right, before we get to that, though, first of all, you've given away, or you're giving away. Have you given the pen?
We gave a pen away earlier in the month. Yes.
All right.
To Rodney Haney. Thank you very much, Rodney. And he's received it and very appreciative. Thank you. So this time we decided to give both a pen and an engraved box away. And
that was very nice.
Yeah,
of you.
people were reaching out to me this weekend. Got a lot of fantastic stories, a lot of reasons why they should have the pen. And guys, I'm thankful for all of the wonderful things that you say. And whether you're saying them just to get the pen or whether they're real, thank you for that.
Most of it's just to try to get the pen.
I get it.
Wow, did you just disparage the listeners?
But listen, all of them were heartfelt, and I'm thankful for it. We had to choose just one because we were only giving away one pen set.
Well, you feel bad about not giving the pen to everybody.
I absolutely feel bad about not giving the pen to everybody. But I will say this: we did choose a winner of the pen, and congratulations to Scott T. Is the pen winner.
Love the Scotty, right?
Scott T. And Scott, reach out to me, brother, and we'll get everything scheduled and get it set up. We'll get the engraving set up. But today is the last day of the month.
Yes, it is.
Misty and I are talking right now about whether or not to leave the pens on sale for April, and we'll know tomorrow.
You let us know when Misty decides.
Yeah, I will, because that's how it works. But we may continue to do this giveaway over the next few months. So, Scott, thank you so much. Reach out to me and let's talk about it.
Reach out and touch a brother.
And thank you to everyone who replied. If we give more away, there will be more chances. So. Thank you.
And
again.
If you didn't win the pen, climb off the $50 and buy one, for crying out loud. Everybody wants one for free, but you know what? Put your money where your mouth is and spend money on an American business. You have a man, and behind every man is a great woman standing there making the business great, right here in America.
Amen.
Yes, I'm looking at you, Misty. Go to mojolaserpros.com and get you some today. mojolaserpros.com.
Radio with an attitude. The Daily Mojo. This is. Thank you for hanging out with us. Brad Staggs. Hello. Your Daily Mojo. And that other guy. I think his name's Phillips. Phillips. Everybody, we're here to help you get through another Monday. It's the Daily Mojo. It's the Daily Mojo. And I'm ready for the week. Your Daily Mojo. Yeah. It's the Daily Mojo. It's the Daily Mojo. It's the Daily Mojo. And I'm ready for the week. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. By the way, I did not tell the AI who created that song, and I have no problem telling you AI created the song. There was some, other production involved in it as well. I did. Did you notice how it said, and that other guy?
And that other guy,
John Phillips.
Yeah.
I did not tell it to say that.
Oh, you did?
I have. Nope.
Oh, it's because AI remembers all the other conversations you have with it.
I didn't have that conversation with this AI.
Oh.
Never did I have that conversation.
So it
with
didn't
this
even
AI.
really know me. Is that what you're saying?
Plus, I didn't even tell it. Let's see. Let me think about this. I think it knew our last names because I think at some point in the past I did tell it last names.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell it this time. I mean, the description I said, and imagine what we could accomplish if we put some effort into the description. I just said, create a short jingle-style funky hip song about starting a new week with Brad and Ron on the Daily Mojo. That's it. That's all I did, and that's what it came up with.
Well, it figured out your last name and mine.
Shit is getting scary.
Yeah, it is.
Scary to the point where, and before I tell you about the AI that really pissed me off, I am starting the project T-shirt this week. You can see the first one here.
Motel Safari. Nice.
This is in Tucumcari in New Mexico, and this is on Route 66. What I'm doing is all of the T-shirts, and I mean, there are a bunch of them. Let me see if I can find that tweet, because there are... But I started looking through my drawers.
See what you did there.
When I started looking through them, I realized, I mean, there are hundreds, okay, maybe not hundreds, dozens of T-shirts. And it's like, I got to go through these, figure out which ones I like, which ones I don't. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to wear one a day on the program and then just decide which ones I like. And I'm going to keep those, and the ones I don't like, get rid of them. So this is the first one, and
are you going to
enjoy?
Are you going to give them away? Give them away.
That is a great way to. You're right. Then I could write them off. By the way, when you are watching, if I wear a shirt and you're like, "Oh, I gave that to him," would you send me a note on the app, please? Because I do my best to try to remember where things came from, but unless I write it down, and I do, I keep. Like if you send us a letter, we still have it. I keep it. Mainly because I'm a pack rat.
So what is the story behind Motel Safari, though?
It's on Route 66, and we went to.
It's an actual
Hold
motel?
on, see, you're getting me ahead of myself because I need to tell the AI story about getting pissed off. But it's an actual motel. See, this is what you do: is you
I'm sorry.
derail my
I'm
train,
sorry.
and then when I ask you where I was, and you're like, "Shit, I don't know."
Everyone is welcome here on this show, Brad. All opinions matter.
Wow, you are so KKK. Okay. This is when we were traveling the western part of Route 66. We haven't completed it yet, but the guy who owns Motel Safari, at least did at the time, this has been a couple years ago, we went to the front office, we were talking to him. He says, I used to live in Tennessee, and I worked at the Nashville Network.
Oh.
Or excuse me. He worked at HGTV, at Scripps Productions. And I said, I used to work. He says, I know who you are. It was back in the days when we were doing shows for HG and DIY, and he ran, I think, in the tape department, something. He ran operations, so he was familiar with me, and I was familiar with him. And it's like, man, he says, I just ditched it all and decided to buy a motel in New Mexico and do something different with life. And good for him. I can't remember his name.
So is the motel themed as a safari? Is that the deal? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really a cool motel. It's let's see, Motel Safari in Tucumcari. That's all you have to do. Right there is their website.
Oh, I love those old style. And I guess that's really kind of all you come across on Route 66 or those old style.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Not necessarily. Because, there's some modern hotels, but this is actually on an old part of 66. Let's see if they got more pictures.
And this is a motel, so this is a drive up to your room.
Owner
right?
operator Larry Smith. Is that this is the same guy, right?
It is the same guy, right?
It is the same guy, right? I mean,
that's actually kind of a small world thing. That's cool.
It's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint it. But anyway, if you ever have a chance to stop in there, tell them that Brad sent you. Kind of cool.
Okay,
anyway, so I like this T-shirt. I'm happy that it fits, and I'm going to keep this one.
Cool.
So I'm not giving this one away. All right, the AI that I always make fun of Ron for using AI to come up with descriptions of the things he puts on the website, on his website. Mm-hmm. It's like, can't you just write it yourself?
It's much easier.
I do it. Well, and then so what I will do on occasion, like every day, is instead of writing a description for the show after it's done, when putting the podcast together, it's easier to go into Vimeo, who we've
been using for years. Yeah.
Through.
Yep.
To go to the app or the website or something. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Well, it's not. Our daily show isn't broadcast on Vimeo anywhere. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We just use it as a broad. We use it to record, and it goes to different places.
All of all of the TDM unfiltered stuff goes through that.
Yeah. So it has a feature where you can click on a button and it will analyze the show and give you a description.
But it analyzes it analyzes the show, Brad, because it does a transcript of the show live.
Great.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how it does it. It's the fact that you click a button and it spits out a description.
Yeah.
An AI generated description of the show. And so last week, all of a sudden, it stopped.
It stopped working.
Doing that. The buttons that were there were grayed out. It's like, what the hell changed?
They call it AI Sparkle. The AI Sparkle went away.
Name. So we're trying to figure out what changed. And try to contact somebody at any of these places. Good luck.
Yeah.
But nothing. Nothing. I finally just decided I would go straight to the source and ask Grok why it was that we couldn't use the AI generated titles anymore. The descriptions.
We used AI to question AI,
which ironically seems to work out pretty well.
It did work out, yeah.
Anyway, it spit out this explanation. I sent it to I sent it to Ron.
Yeah, and I sent you one back.
It says, if your Vimeo AI options are suddenly unavailable, check if you're in a location where AI features are restricted, Illinois or Texas. What the hell is it about Texas or Illinois? Well, apparently, due to laws regarding biometric data processing, some AI features are unavailable in these states. You mean like the ones that we were using, like generating a damn description? It's because in Texas, we have the Texas Data Privacy and Security Act that impose strict requirements on the processing of biometric data, which includes things like voice or facial recognition. Vimeo's AI tools used for transcription or video analysis may involve processing this kind of data. To comply with these laws, Vimeo restricts access to certain AI features for users in Texas, apparently us, and Illinois.
But they didn't up until
it just happened the middle of last week. Now, there are ways to get around it, which I'm not going to say on the air because that would be called Exhibit A in a court of law. And you can probably guess what they are, which is what we did to get around it. But, I mean, how stupid is that? Everybody's all freaked out about the use of AI that we can't see past the noses on our face. And we come up with stupid rules.
But Texas, of all places, come on.
Yeah, what does Texas have in common with Illinois? Nothing. It really irritates me when, and I'm assuming this is because of everyone's scared that AI is going to take over the world and we'll become fodder for Skynet. I guess that's the reason. But the whole thing is just really, there's no common sense anymore.
I've never had so many phone calls from Brad in a one weekend as I did.
Oh, I was pissed. And when I found that, I was like, boo. And then for whatever reason, it didn't matter what settings I changed on my end, but the settings were unchanged on his end, made a difference. And suddenly it works again.
I didn't make any changes. Honestly, I didn't. I don't know.
You did something.
I used our Exhibit A to log in. That's it.
It's proof that government loves us and wants us to be happy. That's all I can come to the conclusion of. I don't know what else to say about it other than F these effing politicians.
Yep.
Look, it's Phil Bell.
This is Phil Bell on the Daily MoJo with your morning update. Last Friday on the Daily MoJo, we talked about how Republicans have been struggling during special elections in 2025. Well, guess what? There's more than just special elections. We've got a lot of big ones that we all have to pay attention to. And the first is coming up this Tuesday, tomorrow, in the state of Wisconsin. There is a seat on the state Supreme Court that is up, and guess what? None other than big bad George Soros has been spending millions of dollars in order to try to throw the majority to the Democrats. And once they do, if we're not successful, they will redraw the state's congressional map, and that will make it even harder for Republicans to maintain control of the U.S. House of Representatives. And oh, by the way, if the Democrats get back in charge, we know what's going to happen. More impeachment, less Doge, and less freedom. But Wisconsin is not the only one on tap. There will be big elections in Virginia and New Jersey, not to mention municipalities all across the country. Look, as I said on Friday, while we are all very excited about what President Trump is doing in Washington, D.C., we cannot lose sight of what's going on in our states and in our localities, because so many things there will not only be able to impact how we live locally, but they will also have a national impact. If you want to keep the Trump train on the rails, make sure that you are doing your part in your state and in your community to make sure that our ideas are heard in every office. And that means you can never, ever take an election off. Now, what I want you to do, first of all, is watch the Daily MoJo every day. We have programming 7 days a week, and you shouldn't miss a single day. Second, leave a comment under the show. Let us know what you think and what you are doing to make sure that we are staying free in the US of A. And finally,
Download the Daily MoJo smartphone app and enable notifications. That way you'll be up to date on the latest craziness and good stuff coming out of Washington, D.C., and you'll know how to share it with others. We'll see you down the line, and thanks for choosing the Daily MoJo.
Phil Bell's morning update is only on the Daily MoJo.com. You're listening wrong. If you're offended, you're listening wrong. The Daily MoJo.
Wow.
Back quarter says VPN set to Uranus. LOL. Really? I mean, that couldn't possibly be Exhibit A. Sir Rat Bastard, that orange is only 2 shades away from state inmates. Wait a minute, who is he? That's a good point.
On the shirt, yeah.
Bob Teagarden says, set the location to Palestine. They'll let you do whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, is that a political statement? Roger Rabbit says, careful selling your used T-shirts, Bard. That's a slippery slope between there and farts in a jar. Use good I don't, we've got the jars. You got the cash? We'll do it.
I can put a lot of things in a jar for some cash, buddy.
Do a lot of stuff for a little money. Speaking of money, if you've not joined the Insider Club, one of the paid-for levels, not the cheap seats, mind you, but we are going to be sending out the first quarter boxes here shortly, a little behind, and the reason is I've been behind. But thanks to the Michael V., and we still have not, we've not shot the promo video for it yet, but the Michael V. Center for Research and Embellishments, we are creating useful works of art for you, the listener and the joiner of. Absolutely. I mean, this is a beautiful piece of art.
Yes, it is. It is beautiful.
Not only this, but this is a beautiful piece of art. For those of you listening to the podcast, if only you could see what I'm holding up, and I will put this out on the social media. This is this one here is what is called a twisted.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually pretty cool. It's kind of a gear. If you look at it from the top, no, not that far out. I just said turn to your left. You're weird. Okay. I like that other one with the lid just because of the decoration.
Because you can hide things in it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So we've got these. We've got these. Oh, yes. We also have the cat masks. So got 4 or 5 of these that we've created as well. And the little organizer boxes with the lids, made those in a couple of different colors. The bottom line is this. Those of you who have, what level is it that gets the box, the quarterly box?
I'll have to look, Brad, but I think it's...
Good for you. Good on you. Whatever level it is that gets the quarterly boxes, we're going to be putting one of not one each, but in other words, you'll either get the thing with the top or you'll get the twisted.
That would be
base,
the patron and founder levels.
There you go. Yeah. The patron and founder levels. Don't say we never gave you nothing. And if you get the cat mask, you don't have a cat, give it to someone who does have a cat. Let me just tell you, the cat in your life will love you forever for getting a picture of them in the cat mask.
Make sure you take a picture. Yeah. I am Batman.
You have to take a picture.
I am Batcat. Somebody posted a picture this weekend of your cat, Doc Kitty, wearing one,
That's
and
weird.
it said, I am Batcat.
It's not Batcat, it's Catman.
I am Catman.
He's
funny.
a man. He's a
The cat didn't look too enthused, but
oh, cats they like to disguise. They like to disguise their joy. Plus, he got a. I did put that somewhere here on the. Let me see if I can find. Because he got a little bath.
Oh, he did. Oh, cats love baths.
I am just saying, it's hard to put into words how much he enjoys getting a bath, but the look on his face right there should tell you a little something.
I'm telling you, that's a great look for the mask. You should have put the mask on him.
double humiliation, in other words.
He was not happy with you at the moment.
I don't know. He looks pretty happy right there, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, be looking for your first quarter boxes. And this is, again, something that wouldn't be possible without the generous participation and donation by Michael V. of the Center for Research and Embellishment that we will tell you more about. And also a big happy birthday to the better half of Michael V. Michaela's birthday, I think, was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Michaela.
Happy birthday, Michaela. And I don't know how you put up with him, but somehow you do. And in any event, we will we keep meaning to introduce the Center for Research and Embellishment, but we just had a lot going on behind the scenes here at the Daily MoJo. I mean, a lot of good stuff going on behind the scenes. It's been tough to keep up. But be looking for your little goodies, and I think this is going to be something we do in each of the boxes, and we'll sign these too. I think I'm going to sign mine. I'm going to sign it inside the lid.
Inside the
Ron,
lid.
You can have the bottom,
Okay.
or you can, Ron. You can sign the inside
down at the bottom,
like at the
way
bottom.
at the bottom. That'll be great.
Or on the bottom. Whatever's easiest.
Or you could leave a little room on the damn lid.
You've seen my signature, right?
Yeah.
That's probably not happening. That was the other thing. This, I don't know what kind of. It's a Selkirk Rex cat.
That cat is kind of crazy looking. It's
I retweeted it and said this would make a fantastic jacket. Would it not?
It's like kinky hair. That's kind of crazy. Look at that.
I know, right? That cat doesn't even look real. I'll listen to it. That's not real. That's AI.
It's like a cat with a perm,
AI.
dude.
That's not real.
That's as freaky as hairless cats are.
That is.
Wow.
That is not real.
Listen to that little motor running.
Roger Rabbit says, I want to start a cat mask nonprofit now. Go out and put masks on all the stray cats, brighten up the neighborhood alleys. That's a good idea. And you could do that. And we could work out the deal with you. See here, Marine in the Woods. I have one feral cat and one feral wife. We'll throw in, you know what? We'll send you a mask if you get a picture of the feral wife wearing it. Just so you know. I'd pay good money for that, would you not?
I need to make a little bit bigger mask. I'm just saying.
She might have a little head.
She might.
It's possible.
Let's just leave it there.
I'm not touching it. You see the rumors about the Daily Wire?
No. What's going on?
That's a good question. It looks like the Daily Wire. Now, this is just rumor at this point, but apparently the Jeremy Boring resigned as CEO. The chief,
Daily Wire. That's where Shapiro was, right? Didn't he start the Daily Wire? Yeah. Oh, he is. Oh, okay.
Still is. Jeremy Boring has left, and according to James Lee on the Twitter, Alyssa Cordova, the VP of Public Relations, has been axed. Now, this is all just rumor at this point. According to Grok, there are no credible sources confirming the Daily Wire's laying off staff. But, I mean, it's, who knows? This could be something. It might not be something. I mean, there's a lot of speculation goes on in the media industry. I know that comes as a complete shock, but it's true. The other rumors floating around out there, that was not, hold on a minute, because that was supposed to come up as something different. That was supposed to pop up differently, and yet it didn't, did it? This, we as a refresher before you take that.
Yep.
Una Paloma Blanca last week. What?
Anna Paulina Luna is who he's talking about.
What'd I say? Last week in her discussion with Jesse Waters, she mentioned
she threw it down, didn't she? Holy
she did
cow.
throw it down, and I don't know. Is it as big a revelation as she says? I'll replay it just so your memory is jogged.
I would like to actually tell the American people it was made aware to me this evening that NBC actually has a video that's never been seen before. We're actually going to be sending a letter requesting that from NBC because it allegedly shows Oswald near the vehicle when the assassination took place, which...
Okay. Allegedly.
Yep.
There's a lot of allegedlys going on there. Now, if in fact this is what they're talking about, this is something that's been around for a number of years. This is a picture taken from that video that says, that's just Billy Lovelady, not Lee Harvey Oswald. He worked in the book depository, came outside that day to watch the motorcade on the way to, on that day in Dallas. Why would NBC have something important and not the FBI? Now, who knows? This is, if this is in fact what she is referencing, I don't know.
That does not, in my opinion, look like Lee Harvey Oswald.
And this, what's it say there on the side of the picture? Well, let me tell you, because I had to put it into preview and then turn it sideways. Where did I put it? At least I thought I did that. Maybe I didn't. Photo? Nope, that's not it. The photo says on it, this is an enlargement of a picture originally transmitted in two different what? Openings? The hell's an open? Opinion? It's a lot of gobbledygook there.
No, croppings.
I remember reading it.
Croppings. Two different croppings.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
The hell's a cropping?
They cropped it out of a bigger image.
It's, if this was in fact Lee Harvey Oswald, wouldn't we have known it by now? Or maybe not. That's the problem. Or maybe not. I mean, what do you trust? What do you not trust?
Look, that guy's forehead is much too tall. I mean, and his ears stick out.
It's in such low definition.
It is low definition. It is. But we've all seen pictures of Lee Harvey Oswald. That just, to me, does not look like him. I don't know if everybody agrees or not. Let us know. But that just doesn't look like him. I'm not saying he was a lone shooter or the shooter. I'm just saying that doesn't look like him.
Let's see. Let's pull up a picture of Lee Harvey Oswald. Really? It's going to make me type the whole thing out? There we go. Let's see. So there's a close-up of his face.
His face, the other guy's face is much longer than that, top to bottom.
Where'd it go? There versus that. Really? You sure? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure? That's not Lee Harvey Oswald. Nope. We can move on.
You're pretty good at making me double think myself, but yeah, that's that's.
It does have the same kind of expression on the face.
No, it
the
doesn't.
look at the ears. Look at the ears. They're big old floppy Dumbo type ears.
I get that.
Look at that. I mean, look at that. That's a prominent ear right there. What was he wearing when he was arrested?
I don't think he was wearing a jacket, and that dude looks like he's wearing a sweater or a jacket. Or maybe a set of overalls. Yeah.
He was arrested in the theater, remember?
Yes.
Look at the T-shirt he's wearing there. Look at that T-shirt. Got kind of a baggy front there because I almost thought it was a V-neck.
Yeah. It looks like it's just stretched out crew neck.
Kind of like that one?
No. Nope. I don't see it.
Let's see. Lee Harvey Oswald at theater. Let's put arrest. Let's see what we come up with there with the images. Well, he's got the T-shirt on there. He's got a sweater there. All right, there's another. I mean, that's kind of, there's that dumpy looking kind of T-shirt thing there. Is it? I don't know. Look at that T-shirt. It's kind of.
All right, go look at a
thing going on.
Find Billy Lovelady. Find his photo and let's match them.
Billy Lovelady. What do we got there going on, huh? That's do we need the JFK with it there? Can we just I guess maybe we did.
Grab that first
one. This one?
Yeah.
Let's put that in a link or a tab all by its lonesome. All right. Now, see, look at the T-shirt on him isn't got the little dumpy thing then down there at the bottom, does it? See? You got the goosh there with the Lee Harvey. You got the little goosh there with the Lee Harvey.
That is so Billy Lovelady, dude. Look at the length of his face, Brad.
Okay, you got the length of that face and the length of that face. They look identical.
They do not.
And
Billy Lovelady's forehead is much taller because he's got shorter hair.
I'm
I know you're trying to convince yourself that it's not him.
I'm not trying to convince myself.
Well, you keep trying to convince me, and I'm telling you that's not
trying to convince
that's not
you.
Oswald.
Ron, would I try to convince you of anything?
Every day.
Freebie 38 says Ron's normally right about stuff like this. But is he? Bug's mom. That T-shirt looks like it had been grabbed by someone and pulled. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Trash Can Scout. Candace Owens is the one who left Daily Wire. Yeah, and somebody else, too. Who was the other person that left Daily Wire? There was another on-air talent that I thought left. No, it wasn't. There was a big kerfuffle over Crowder. But that was the Candace Owens thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't she and Crowder get into a big
well,
kerfuffle?
her and Ben Shapiro did, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
People pointed out that Shapiro kind of went batshit crazy after October 7th. I don't know if you feel that way or not, but Beth E. Not is in the Rumble chat room.
Hello, Beth.
Means the cleaning and the cooking must be done. That's what happens when a network is on the market to be sold. Been there, done that. That does happen. Rat bastard. Our 2 males are both lap kitties. The 4 females are much more independent little witches, actually. My Himalayan would make an amazing sweater, says Roger Rabbit. I'm just saying. I don't think we see enough cat fur coats out there. Do we? I think there could be more. That's all. We had a little bit of fun. I saw where I just got a text from my former TV wife, Reverend Mother, Carrie Malinak, and she actually was out came by on Friday because we did at the mic here at the motel, and went outside, and Carrie and Keith both shot the Byrna launcher from Pantel
nice.
Less Lethal Protection. So we went outside, and Keith had actually already purchased one of these for one of their daughters who is look at you got it all nice and cased up.
Yep.
If you go to protectmymojo.com, we have a special deal for you on these right now. And if you're not familiar with the Byrna launcher, these are fantastic. If you are uncomfortable having or owning, or you can't own for some reason a gun, this is an amazing alternative. And why didn't I get video of Carrie shooting it, you ask?
Why didn't you get video
Go ahead.
of Carrie
Because
shooting?
I'm dumb. Because we were in a hurry, I guess, and I'm just not that smart is the problem. But you can see here it's simple to load. It is simple to put the little CO2, and that's what it does, run on a little CO2 cartridge. And let me just tell you,
where the CO2 canister is only punctured on the first trigger pull.
this will ruin someone's day should you decide that they are going to be in your crosshairs. If you are being attacked, if someone is coming after you, if a dog is coming, if a bear is coming after you, go to protectmymojo.com, protectmymojo.com, and you can get more information. Plus, if you look in the show notes for today, the description on Spreaker, and I believe on our website, the front page of the dailymojo.com, you will find Ross's cell phone number.
Call him. Yeah, if you have questions, call him. He will answer every one of them for you.
And it's not a hard sell either. He's not going to, like a timeshare, not lay you off the phone until after you buy one. Not going to happen. As a matter of fact, you'll probably have to say, wait, don't hang up. I don't want to buy one. He's very low key, and he's happy to answer any question you might have about having this launcher. And they call it a launcher because it's like a paintball gun.
It's not a firearm. It doesn't use bullets. It doesn't use gunpowder.
But it uses these projectiles and a little CO2 cartridge.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, it'll take somebody to their knees, whether you want to use the projectile that is just inert, as it were, or the chemical projectiles that will. They will, and you don't even really have to be a good aim with the chemical projectiles, because when once they explode, if they are close to them, it's the combination. See, Ron just inhaled some of it right there.
I must have.
It's a combination of, tear gas and what's the other thing?
Pepper spray and tear gas.
Which is not a combination.
It says it right
really
there.
Want to have for breakfast.
Right there to the left on the front.
Yeah, I'm looking at the back. I just want to see if there's any acute tox. Is there anything cute about it?
If you do place an order, please be sure to use the promo code DailyMojo, one word. When you place your order, you'll get 10% off. And these are reasonably priced launchers.
Yes, they
folks. For what you get, especially if you're not able to, or someone in your family doesn't want you to own a real gun, this will help you in home protection, automobile protection.
Yes,
These
sure
are
will.
legal in all 50 states, federally legal in all 50 states, but be sure to check your state's guidelines for these launchers.
Yeah.
There are a few cities around the country that you can't.
And Ross will give you that.
Yeah.
He can tell you exactly. He can tell you all about, where they are, which cities have restrictions, etc. So use him as a resource if you would, please. And again, his phone number's on our website. It's also in the description on the on Spreaker. So no matter where you go, we've got the information for you. But start at protectmymojo.com. Protectmymojo.com.
The Daily Mojo.
I keep seeing these stories about people who either want to leave the country or who have left. And there was one at CNBC, and I keep these people who are threatening to leave. Why don't you just go?
Yeah, you don't even have to tell us. We don't care.
Why do you have to announce that you're leaving the country? But I thought this was a fascinating story at CNBC. It's a 43-year-old American who never plans to return to the United States, shares her number one piece of advice for moving abroad. And I was like, well, I wonder what she has to say. This is Here's the woman. Hang on a second. Trying to make it bigger, and it's not cooperating. If I just do that. There we go. Her name is Nicole Brewer. And she, I don't know if she hates Trump or not, because she moved to Nizwa. That's an ancient city in Oman. She moved there in 2009 when the job market here in the United States hit the dumper. She's 43. She came from Detroit. She teaches English at a university in Nizwa, again, that ancient city in Oman, and she does a couple of side jobs as a writer and a travel agent, and her total income for 2024 was about $44,000. And when you factor in her expenses, she's doing okie dokie. She makes she pays about $650 a month for a furnished 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. It's a 5-minute walk from her job. Utilities are included. And I guess her students, she's on the same schedule, obviously, as her students. She gets winter and summer breaks, and she spends those traveling, including vacations in Namibia. Is it Seychelles? Seychelles. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Have you?
No.
Where the hell is Seychelles? Location. Seychelles is a country in East Africa. Wow. It's pretty. Hang on a minute. You'll want to see this. Let's see if I do that. Put that there. Stick this over here. Pop this in sideways. Take a look at these pictures.
Oh, wow.
Right? That's really... Man. There are some really beautiful places in the world. You don't generally think of, wow, I sure would like to vacation in East Africa. That's not what comes to mind at first. But with this woman, hang on a second, I got a couple of... so she doesn't live Figment. Oh, you saw the promo code there.
Yep.
Seychelles is an island nation located in the Somali Sea segment of the Indian Ocean. Again, when I think about vacationing, Somalia does not generally come to mind. It's one of the... it's an archipelago of 115 islands in the Indian Ocean off of East Africa. But these people who, again, going back to the original source of the story, and this woman who has decided that she's never going to come back to the United States, she says it's definitely not without its challenges. She says, I'll say it's not an easy life to be on the other side of the world if your family, if you have situations come up with your family. And she says it's... you have to get used to the culture shock, especially when she moved to a Middle Eastern country as a non-Muslim and non-Arabic speaker. That would be tough. Moving to an area where the Muslim religion is the primary. So that's the part that would scare me, is just not, it doesn't seem stable. It seems like you could wake up at any point and, outside there'd be fire bombings, especially in that part of the world. But is that really the case anymore? I mean, look at the United States now. If you live near a Tesla dealership, the chances are good that you could wake up and there'd be a firebomb, going off right outside your house. She said, I definitely say to not let fear or outside voices deter you from your dream. If I would have listened to people about moving to the Middle East, people are like, oh, it's so dangerous. And here I am living my best life in Oman, one of the safest countries in the world. Is Oman really one of the safest countries in the world? It's funny. All I did was...
I started to say, since we're talking opinions today, isn't that her opinion? I mean, maybe it's been safe for her so far. I do have a bit of trivia about Seychelles, by the way. It was given to me by our buddy Jason. It says the Seychelles Islands is supposedly where Jim Morrison went after he faked his death in that Paris nightclub. In Ray Manzarek's book, A Poet in Exile, he writes about Jim headed to Seychelles.
It looks pretty, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful looking, but again, we've always been told, look at those rocks. That almost doesn't look real. I mean, these are all the pictures that came up when I put in Seychelles. I'm assuming they're all of that area. It's, what's unfortunate
that looks like Hawaii.
Does look, it's beautiful. It's unfortunate you have beautiful places like this on the planet, and it's ruined by a few dickheads. Right?
We have a few of those over here in America.
With machine guns. Yeah, but generally speaking, we don't have...
You talking about Somali pirates?
Yeah, you know them. Because remember it was the Somali pirates who had captured... Remember that story a few years ago?
Yeah.
And the sharpshooters took out the pirates? Mm-hmm. I mean, that was some good shooting right there.
It was one of the few good Tom Hanks movies. I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you have to be concerned about stuff like that happening over, in places like that. According to, let's just ask Grok. Let's just go to our good buddy Grok and ask Grok, is Oman a safe place to live? Oman is generally considered a safe country to live in. It has a low crime rate compared to many other nations. Violent crime is particularly rare. I would not have thought that. The political environment is stable, with the government maintaining a neutral stance in regional conflicts, which contributes to its reputation as a peaceful country in the Middle East. The people of Oman are known for their hospitality and friendliness toward expatriates and visitors. This sounds like a perfect place for a lot of the people I see bitching about how horrible it is here in America to go to.
Yeah.
Could we send them like pamphlets from Oman? Grok continues, that said, like any place, it is not entirely without risks. Petty crimes like theft can occur, especially in crowded areas or tourist spots. That's New York City, right? Though they're not widespread. Traffic accidents are a notable concern due to a lot of women drivers. Actually, it says to occasionally reckless driving. And it doesn't say they're not women drivers. I'll just leave it at that. And challenging road conditions in some areas. That sounds like Arkansas. Natural hazards like cyclones or flash floods can also pose risk, particularly in coastal or mountainous regions during certain seasons. Expats who make up a significant portion of the population. Why is that? Do you think of all of the reasons I just mentioned? Is that why? They make up a significant portion of the population, often report feeling secure and welcomed. I think we have discovered the perfect place to suggest to people when we see, I can't live in this country anymore. Overall, Oman ranks high for safety in the region, but it's wise to stay informed about local laws, customs, and weather patterns if you're considering living there. Would you like me to dig deeper into any specific aspect like crime stats or expat experiences? How can we get more of the whiners in the United States to just leave already? And it says getting people to leave a country, especially those you're calling whiners, is tricky because it's not like you can just round them up and ship them out. Oh, Grok.
He hasn't met Tom Homan yet.
You haven't met Tom Homan yet. Thank you. People stay where they are for all sorts of reasons: jobs, family, familiarity, or just plain stubbornness. If you're fed up with the complaining and want them gone, the practical options boil down to persuasion, incentives, or making their lives so unbearable they choose to bounce.
They choose to bounce. I love it.
I love Grok.
Grok is so much better, in my opinion, than ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't have updated information. I think it still limits it to like the latest at 2021. But Grok will go out and get current news information and bring it straight to you. Yeah.
It's really.
By the way, that's Grok, Grok, grok.x.com. Give it a shot. You'll like it.
If you have not yet downloaded the Daily MoJo app, do so. It's your first opportunity. We're working on it every day. I know Bugs B257 isn't happy. Bugs sent me a note on the app.
Yeah.
Which is almost ironic. Trying to watch or listen to the show on your app is awful. It keeps stopping and won't go further unless I refresh the page. Then I have to start over and skip forward to find where I was. It's extremely frustrating trying to listen and get anything done. Damn, I hate that return button. It sends the message before I finish typing or editing. That's it. I'm so fed up. I'm going to go back to bed, and it's all your fault. I mean, Ron's fault.
Appreciate that. However, that's the first report that I've gotten that it does that, unless you close the app while the video's playing. However, we didn't mention it at the beginning of the show, but if you're using the Apple app, the Apple version of our app, the Daily MoJo, it didn't get updated this morning with the video for today's show, and there's a reason for that. Because
what are you doing to her?
We placed an update in over the weekend to Apple to update the app, and it only got approved about 3 minutes before show start. So the web app shows today's show, but the Apple app does not yet. Soon as Apple puts that out for the update.
She's so excited.
Yeah.
She got the update.
You can download the update, then everything will be good. So.
Or will it?
Probably not.
Or will it?
We're working on it. Give me some time.
That's what they all say, isn't it?
We're working on
time.
Yeah.
Give me some time.
Be patient.
Don't cancel Ron just yet.
Please. Not that I give two shits whether anybody tries to cancel me or not.
And they can't cancel all of us, can they?
It's a fact.
I mean, they can try.
That's a fact.
But they can't do all of us, which is what Tom McDonald says in his new song that we will hear next on the Daily MoJo.
You're listening to the Lunatic Fringe of American radio, the Daily MoJo.
Who is it? Carly Pierce. She's the country music singer. She has pericarditis. She's 34 years old, and she was diagnosed with an intense heart condition called pericarditis. A lot of doctors just said,
what is that?
Pericarditis?
Yeah.
Has to do with your heart. Technically, well, I'm not a doctor, although I did play a dentist once in a student film. Let's see exactly because myocarditis is when it's too big, right? Definition of pericarditis: inflammation of the pericardium. I thought that was the area between the two. No. Oh, it's sorry, that's perineum. The pericardium is the sac-like, well, maybe it is the same thing. The sac-like membrane that surrounds and protects the heart. So pericarditis is it's when
in
your
the
sac
perineum
gets,
around the brain.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I think it is around the brain. But the pericarditis occurs when the pericardium becomes irritated or infected. And could this be because of the? I did find my immunization record.
Oh, you got one, huh?
From
I've got one too. I just don't know where it's at.
This is from Kansas, and let's see. I got DPT, diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus in 1970. So I would have been, what, 6? Yeah, 6 years old.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets. I got smallpox in '69. I was 5 when I got the smallpox. I got polio vaccine when I was, I guess, the same. Looks like this all happened. Like they had to get all this done before I went to school, right?
Which is typically the case, yeah, because you get something at birth, at 2 months, at 4 months, at 8 months, and a year, and then 2 years and 4 years or something.
Was that the way it was in '64 though?
I don't know. I mean, they probably jammed all that stuff into you in '64 all at the same time and all on one day and said, "Good luck. We'll see you at
Good
school."
luck in the industry. I had the polio in '69, measles and other immunizations in '70. Okay, and I did get, so I got the measles. I didn't get measles. I got mumps.
MMR.
Make me
MMR.
But I actually I had the mumps.
Oh, you had the mumps. Okay.
I had the mumps, and now that I think about it, Brad, why can't you just ask your parents when you? Well, because they're dead, and they wouldn't. They didn't tell me half the time what I didn't have. So there's that. But I remember getting the mumps about that same time. So I'll bet that's.
Didn't that swollen lymph nodes in your neck? Yeah.
In your nutsack? Is that what you're about to say?
In your neck.
You weren't. That's not what you're about to say, was it?
Swollen lymph nodes in your nuts is a completely different thing.
Is it? I don't know. It doesn't sound like much fun. But I just it was. Again, it wouldn't be like my parents to have done everything at the last minute. Oh yeah, we do have to. Oh, and I got I had a tuberculosis test in 1969, but the smallpox vaccine, or excuse me, the polio was done, and I remember this on a sugar cube. It says because I got the oral delivery. Remember they would give it to you on a sugar cube.
Yeah, now they just squirt it down your throat, but it's in a little tube, and they just squirt it right in your mouth.
Right.
But for kids, I guess they put it on a sugar cube, so you're like, "Hey,
sugar
candy,
cube. And
shit."
Right. And the funny thing, I remember it being bitter when I put when I put. Isn't that weird? I just have that memory of it being bitter when they popped it into my mouth there. So anyway, so I want to thank Kevin K for sending me the link to this. Tom McDonald has come out with another winner. This time around, it's called They Can't Cancel All of Us. Tom McDonald.
They told me, be a man, boy, toughen up. Then they let women become men, they tricked me. They told me, speak your mind if you're brave enough. And I spoke up and I got canceled quickly. We were always too young and too nice. And now we're too old and too white. You're either too left or too right. Well, we're speaking our minds tonight. 'Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, we'll burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause the internet ain't real life. They told me, be a man, boy, just like your dad. They told me everything I am is toxic. They said the color of your skin doesn't make you bad, but mine makes me racist, got it. We were always too weak and too afraid, and now we're too male and too straight. You're either too real or too fake. Well, we're speaking our minds today. 'Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, we'll burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause the internet ain't real life. You can take my job away for something I may have said online. but you can't control a man who won't comply. And you can call me every name that you might think will hurt my pride. But if you think you're stopping me, you're out your mind. 'Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause we're standing here side by side. And you can't cancel all of us, till you burn the stars and the stripes. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause the internet ain't real life. 'Cause you can't cancel all of us, and you're more than welcome to try. But you can't cancel all of us, 'cause we're standing here side by side.
That's kind of unusual for him, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit
more of a
laid back, a little bit
country.
more. Yeah.
Can't cancel all of us. Can you? I'm surprised. I think our invitation must have gotten lost in the, in the mail to
I
take
didn't see
part
you in
that
the
one.
video. I don't.
I was. You didn't. I was there. It was me behind the car.
Was it?
I was waving. Yes, I was waving.
I saw
That was
Kevin
me.
Sorbo. Sam sent out a message that said, "Hey, watch this." He was in it. So
Roseanne was in it.
Roseanne. Yeah.
Trump. Laura Trump.
Yep.
Was that Laura
A
Trump?
lot of talk show hosts I saw.
And me. I was behind
Were
the
you
car.
behind the car?
Yeah, I was behind the car. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't see me because of the rearview mirror, but it was right there behind the car. In New Mexico, the Republican Party's headquarters there got firebombed. You know, the tolerant left.
Yeah.
How is it? I mean, I struggle and the struggle is real. I struggle on a daily basis to try to figure out how these wackadoo lefties, how their brains work. When they accuse us of being, and I say us, they accuse us of being violent. They accuse us of being destructive. And they're the ones out there setting shit on fire, keying cars, doing all of the things that I know it's projection, and I understand all of that, but it really is confounding how they have the cojones to stand up and how they all, and a lot of them just believe this. Again, friends on Facebook who, Janet Ivey has been a friend for a long time. And she has she had a show, I think she still does it, on the local public, I guess it's public broadcasting. It's the local, what do you call them when they're local affiliates? Public, not NPR, but PBS, the local PBS affiliate. That's what I was looking for. It's called Janet's Planet. Good show, good little show. And she, posted this story from NPR about how, there was no longer language in federal contracts that required, separating whites and blacks at the drinking fountain. I mean, that was the picture that went along with it. Segregated. It didn't disallow segregation anymore. And so the law, the upshot of it was that if you had a federal contract, you could, make sure that you could discriminate against the black folk out there. And I read the story, again, it was from NPR, with the black fountain and white fountain as the image, so you saw what they were trying to hawk. And buried in the middle of the story was the fact that this doesn't affect the fact that all contractors still have to comply with the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which means that you can't discriminate based on skin color, et cetera, et cetera. So the whole headline was absolute and complete bullshit. And I responded to her and said, just so you know, this is in the middle of the story. And she's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for being kind. And I'm like, why wouldn't I be kind? I've known you a very long time. What, do you think I was going to be a dick? I don't know why you'd think that. But the response that that I got after she had looked at it was strange because this doesn't change the way that it feels. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? But it feels wrong. And that's where, how do you even have a discussion around that? It just, again, it goes back to Orange Man bad. That's all they've got to go on. And I guess it upsets me because I really do want to get along with people. Despite the fact that, today is a beautiful day to leave me the hell alone. I really do want to get along with people. And it's because people have just disappointed me. I'm not mad. I'm just, disappointed. But I want to be able to get along with them, but they, for whatever reason, this is just such a bug up their ass about Orange Man that they will never be able. And again, I know a lot of people in the entertainment industry, TV and radio, that for whatever reason, the Orange Man bad virus has infected them more so than others, but they just don't seem to get it. And I don't understand how their brain works. Stop trying. But the minute you stop trying, that's where we kind of lose humanity, don't we? Aren't you supposed to love your fellow man? Aren't you supposed to try to get along with them?
Yeah, people have given up on that.
That makes me kind of sad. It really does. I don't want to be sad. I want to be happy.
I agree.
I want to be happy. I want to feel happy and gay. I want to feel happy-go-lucky, don't you?
Yes, I do. Really.
You have a few things to say?
I have a few things to say. We were talking about last week, we talked about the Signal chat or the Signal app causing all kinds of grief. Well, I talk about it on my Twizzy this week, so here you go.
The way I see it, this is Ron's wonky perspective on life.
Yeah, I've got the Signal chat app too, but I didn't get invited to the party. Let's talk about this so-called Signal snafu that happened last week. Trump's team's just out there proving they're too bold to play by the boring old rules. You've got rock stars like National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and VP J.D. Vance hashing out airstrikes on Yemen's Houthi rebels in a group chat. And yeah, Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic sneaks in, or maybe he was invited, like a kid crashing the cool table at lunch. But listen, the New York Times says Trump's not even sweating it. He's like, fire someone? Nah, we're winning too big. That's the kind of loyalty you want in a boss. The Guardian's whining that Israel's mad about exposed intel. But come on. Per CBS News, Trump's team pulled off those airstrikes like champs. Bombs dropped at 8 p.m. sharp, and the Houthis didn't even know what hit them. This isn't a leak. It's a flex, showing the world we're moving so fast even the snoops can't keep up. Isn't Biden the one that authorized the use of the Signal app in the first place? Forbes says Signal downloads spiked after this. America's like, if it's good enough for Trump's A-team, it's good enough for me. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton's on CNBC crying, stupidity and hypocrisy. But she's just jealous her email server didn't have this kind of swagger. Forget the naysayers. Trump's team turned a group chat into a victory lap. The Washington Post says Congress wants probes and Boasberg is hoarding the chats, but Trump's shrugging at NBC with, Signal? Never heard of her. That's the move of a legend, letting his squad run the playbook while he's out front grinning like a fox in a henhouse. They're not tripping over tech. They're rewriting the game, dropping bombs, and dodging the red tape. The Atlantic can clutch its pearls all day. Trump's guys are too busy winning to care. So here's the deal. While the libs panic over a few leaked text messages, Trump's team is already 10 steps ahead, proving they can run a country like it's a high-stakes poker game. And they're all in, baby. That's the art of the deal in action. I'm Ron Phillips, and that's the way I see it.
The way I see it is only on the Daily MoJo.com.
The Daily MoJo, making mornings bright with Brad and Ron. They keep it funky tight.
Funky tight, yeah.
News, laughs, and the moves that feel so right. It's the Daily MoJo, keeping the world in sight.
The Daily MoJo.
Hold on, I'm trying to find my mouse so I can tell you more about the folks over in the Rumble chat room. And I will.
There's our Zoom room. They're up there, all partying today. We got a few missing today. I don't know where Lep is. I haven't seen him all day. He may be at an appointment or something.
Have they brought a
Beaver?
note?
I haven't seen Beaver today. I don't know if they brought a note or not.
And with that attitude, you're not going to see any Beaver today. You're welcome.
I see John working that joystick. Good morning, John. There's Whiskey.
Preach it, Ron.
Timmy, Roger Rabbit, Erica, Misinformation. They're all out there.
Michaela's mom sounds like AI music. Damn straight. I will use the hell out of AI, mainly because you know how much real jingles. Well, that is a real
Dude,
jingle.
they are.
You know how much jingles cost?
Expensive. Yep, sure are.
Tens of thousands of dollars. So when you do it for free, you betcha. Semi ambivert looks like Timmy's lost. Was he?
Yeah, he was F around and find out. That's what it says.
See, Sir Rat Bastard says Xanax and hormone therapy is causing the retardation of the Utes. Yeah, that does seem to be the problem these days. Over in the Daily MoJo chat room, Jeb Treadway, you should be wearing your Bring On the Happy sticker in your birthday card. Oh, that's a good point. I should.
Bring on the happy.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bring on the happy. Are drugs involved?
Are you happy?
And it's Pope Freebie the 38th says 5 easy steps to spot a liberal Democrat. Number 1, they don't know the facts. Number 2, they only make emotional arguments. Number 3, believes everything they hear from CNN, MSNBC, and trust big government. Number 4, they are offended by everything. And number 5, if anyone disagrees with them, they call them a racist.
Yep.
Remember Trent, not Chris? We've not heard hide nor hair of him since we allowed him to call in and make his point on the program.
Yeah.
So I still don't know really what was behind that whole thing. Do you?
I do not. Toddley, by the way, we do clip the way I see it. It's on our YouTube channel and on our Rumble by itself, standalone, every time we do one. So you can go out there and get it. Thank you.
It'll drop
as soon as the show's over,
this
right?
morning at 9 o'clock. Yep, sure will. On Friday after the program, that earthquake in Bangkok.
That was crazy. Is that a pool? That's a pool
That is a
losing
pool.
its water, right?
Rooftop pool on like a 30-story building, which is just insane. We talked a little bit about this on Saturday Morning Live on Saturday morning with Jeff Fisher, the host of Chewing the Fat, and moi. And those people are up there.
They're pretty calm for all that to be going on.
Well, they're up there videoing the pool, and remember, they're 30 stories up.
And
I
that
would be
building's
looking for
just
damn
a
way
swaying, dude.
down.
Whoa.
I mean, I would not be standing there videotaping the pool. I would be running like hell to get out of that building. Look at that. That's and that building right there fell. Obviously, you can see it falling. 30-story building under construction in Bangkok. Dropped like a bag of wet cement.
Didn't they have one that the crane fell off and somebody flew out of the crane?
That was the one. That's the one, the crane. Yeah, I've got... it's a little disturbing if you don't like seeing such things, so be warned. But... a second here. Yeah, that's the bottom, or the view from the bottom.
Wow.
This is the video. And again, if you don't, if things such as this disturb you, I would advise you not to watch. But
the crane operator was actually in the crane when this happened.
He was in it, and
out he comes.
He comes out of the crane at that point. And I don't know if you have time to think about that on the way down or not. Because that's
and I can't tell. I can't tell if he got tossed out of it or if he jumped. But man,
it doesn't matter. He didn't last long after that. I know that.
That
But I don't know if
look
you.
at that.
I don't.
Holy cow!
I don't know if you have time to think about that or not.
Wow.
I mean, that probably happened so quickly that you don't have much time for your brain to. At least that's what we want to believe.
Yeah.
You know, you just a 7.7. 7.7. Let's see if we've got the latest numbers on how many.
They updated them this morning, I think, on Fox.
Let's see, death toll. Death toll above 1,700 now in Myanmar. 19 confirmed dead in Thailand. And there's a. Did you realize there's a civil war going on in Myanmar?
I did not
pronounce
no.
it. I didn't either. Are we involved in that one too?
Wouldn't be surprising.
I mean, we're sticking our nose everywhere else. Is the United States involved in Myanmar civil war? Let's just find out. While the U.S. has condemned the Myanmar coup and supported the pro-democracy movement, its involvement in the ongoing war is primarily through non-lethal aid, sanctions, and diplomatic efforts rather than direct military intervention or arms provision. Which means we're probably sending them guns.
Yeah.
And everything else. I mean, who the hell knows? What does it say? According to NBC, and this is it's from this is from a year ago. How long has the Civil War been going on? 3 years. 3 years it's been happening in Myanmar. Battling a whole tractor bore Southeast Asian country, draws neighbors, blah, 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 ethnic militias. Beats me. But it wouldn't surprise me if, in fact, we're somehow involved. I mean, in more than just the, what did they say in what are we just sending them good vibes? On Friday, I believe it was Friday when we were discussing, I think it was with Phil Bell, weren't we talking about about Snow White and about how it was, they thought that Snow White would at least retain its top spot at the box office by outpacing Working Man with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking with Phil, and how we were saying, you know, I'd rather go see a Jason Statham movie than I would want to see Snow White. Let's not forget the Snow White trailer, which is remarkable.
This is my father's kingdom, a place of fairness. But the queen changed everything.
Take him away!
Your Majesty.
What did you say?
The people need some kindness.
Yes, that's all the people just want kindness. And perhaps a good movie. The ratioing continues to absolutely blast this movie. 72,000 likes, 2.1 million dislikes. Someone has done the math for us down here as somewhere in, let's see, Benar Rekami. Yeah. Only 3.29% of the likes, while having 96.7% dislikes. That has actually outpaced, according to sources on the interweb, that has outpaced as the worst movie. It's unseated the formerly, I guess, most considered the worst movie, Human Centipede. Did you ever see that?
No.
Human Centipede is a disturbing movie. It's I'll just leave it at that. But the folks who thought that Snow White would, in fact, retain the top spot and out-earn Working Man and Unicorn, well, they got it half right. Working Man brought in $15.2 million over the weekend, and Snow White brought in only $14.2, which means it came in second place behind the Jason Statham movie. The Unicorn only brought in what did it say? 6.2? No, 5.8. So Death of a Unicorn was only 5.8 million. It has made a total of 15 million. And there's another movie out now called Woman in the Yard. You ever heard of that one? Nor have I. So, you okay?
Yeah, sorry. Knock something off the desk.
Was it that shocking?
As my grandfather used to say, the setting fell out of my ring. Sorry.
Is that what happens? Apparently, I mean, the Snow White, why they didn't just shit can it and take the write-off is beyond me. I mean, it continues to just, and if you're Disney, do you ever again hire what's-her-face? Rachel Zegler. I mean, whose fault is it that this movie sucked? Is it the writers? Is it the acting? Is it the stupidity of the studio being so woke? Is it a combination of all of it? I mean, this will be one of those movies that they analyze in future film class.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They'll analyze the public's response, Zegler's comments, all of the actors and actresses that made a comment on it. They'll analyze all of that to death. Yeah.
I know he's not Prince Charming, but what's his? He's supposed to be like a
Paul or
lovable,
Bob or Bill or whatever his name is.
Yeah, no one even. And he's probably like, "Thank you, Jesus. Please don't let them even think about my name in relation to this movie." But the majority of the headlines are blaming Rachel Zegler.
Andrew Burnap is his name.
Andrew Burnap.
He plays
That's right.
Jonathan, a bandit from the forest.
Right. A bandit from the forest. And then he goes away. He just inexplicably just kind of disappears. But they're blaming, most of them are blaming Rachel Zegler's pie hole.
Yeah.
For the reason that this whole thing is.
God, can you imagine being an actress who was paid probably millions to do this movie, beat out other actresses in auditions, and then you open your mouth and crater one of the country's best known film companies because you opened your mouth?
Gal Gadot was paid, according to this story, $15 million. Rachel Zegler was paid $2 million, and Andrew Burnap was paid $500,000. So, and yeah, how
could she have been
you
pissed that she didn't make more money as the lead actress in the movie?
I guess anything's possible.
Yeah.
But she single-handedly, and again, if the movie sucked to begin with, I mean, there probably wasn't much you could do about the second week take, but the first week was so unbearably bad, and that was primarily because of her pie hole.
And that's what they base everything on, really,
up.
is the opening weekend.
Right. And then you find out, because if the pre-opening publicity is bad, and but it's really a good movie, then the weekend after it opens, you see kind of a bump.
Yeah.
because people go, oh, well, it was a pretty good movie, actually. But if it sucks and you had all this pre-publicity that was horrible and no one goes to the opening, and then the next weekend, even fewer people go, that means that the movie truly sucked, which is apparently what's happened here because they've just, I mean, they're falling off a cliff as far as ticket sales are going. But she has to know that she caused a great deal of this problem. I mean, and to wake up every day knowing that you were pretty much single-handedly, much like what's her face, Bud Light dude, Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh yeah,
and
Bud Light dude.
What was and what was the chick's name at Bud Light?
Oh yeah, I remember
the marketing chick. What was?
I'll find it.
The hell was her name? And has she found another job? And will she ever find another job? And how do you feel when you realize you have taken, I mean, forever and a day, you're going to be known as the person who took down the best-selling beer?
That would be one Alyssa Heinerscheid, Brad.
There you go. She was able to take Bud Light, the best-selling beer in the world,
and blow it all apart in about 2 days.
and completely ruin it. How do you do that? And I mean, your brain can't let you absorb that, right? I mean, your brain has to say, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No. Because you can't. How do you live with that for the rest of your
How did you find another job?
Life?
That's my question.
Right.
In that industry,
and,
you know.
Yeah. Now, will Zegler find another one? Yeah, we'll just double check it. Disney reveals live action Snow White pay tickets. Looking to confirm the amount of money that she made. Well, and remember, Zegler also, you know, if she had a piece of the back end, ain't getting no back end.
Yeah.
According to the Beth Enot, Zegler will never think it's her fault. She is a self-admitted narcissist. And you do have to, in some ways, you do have to protect your brain, and you do have to be a bit of a narcissist to be an actor. I mean, you get up in front of, you know, the lights and the cameras, and you have to have that. It's almost a shield just to protect yourself. I mean, some carry it a little too far, but, you know, you have to have that to be able to withstand any of the arrows that you know will come your way to begin with. But
that's a fact.
It is a strange world in which we live. Is it?
What do you mean it's last call?
And that there is 2 hours of evidence, of receipts, that it is in fact a strange world known as the Daily MoJo for today, Monday, the very last day of the first quarter
of March
of the year of our Lord 2025. Holy shnikes.
Yep.
Has this year gone? I mean, this is time is flying by like a speeding train. Let's find out if anybody learned a damn thing on today's program. We'll start over in the Rumble chat room. Sembi Ambivert says, loose lips all around for this movie. Peter Dinklage didn't do the movie any favors either.
And that was before it was ever filmed.
Yeah. But again, why would that? I mean, they had plenty of time to correct whatever issues they had, right? At that time. Send me Ambivert. Rapunzel, let down your weave. Michaela's mom. Exactly. It was a dude on X that posted it, and he was like, she's a bald black woman playing a white chick with flowing, extremely long hair. Oh, the irony. Rapunzel? Did they do Rapunzel? I don't know. I never saw it. So. No, it was called something else, wasn't it?
I'm assuming they're talking about the chick who was the Black Witch in Wicked.
But that actually turned out to be a decent movie, did it not?
I think so.
I thought Wicked.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so I haven't either. I don't get out much, Ron. But then you knew that. Peekapool, being a libtard means never having to say that was my fault. That's a good
valid point. Yeah.
Dr. Free Range Prisoner, Disney's next remake, Old Yeller
with a black lab,
a black Labrador. You're not wrong. Over in the Daily MoJo chat room, Dr. Zonos, the weird comment from Zegler just made her completely unlikable. Yes, they should have fired her and reshot the movie with CGI Snow White. That is the truth. That is the truth. And then Zono says, have a great week, everybody. As I say to you every morning, Ron, you have a great week. As for the rest of you, remember that we the people must hang together, otherwise we shall certainly hang separately. Sic Semper Tyrannis, resist stupid, and good night, Doc Thompson.
Wherever you are. See you tomorrow.
Hasta.
Watch and listen at thedailymojo.com.